I'm sorry it has to end this way, brother.
No, you're not.
And that's where it all began, the final Agni Kai between Azula and Zuko. But as the fans like to call it, the Comet Enhanced Agni Kai, which in fact is not an official term, but it sounds pretty cool, so that's what we're gonna call it. Now before we get into this video, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel, turn on those post notifications, also make sure to like this video, and also to comment down below what video I should make next. And alright, let's get right into this, let's go! Wait, you wanna be Fire Lord? Fine, let's settle this. Alright, I'm gonna stop with the voice acting. I mean, that was pretty good. If Netflix wants to hit me up for their, their new Avatar series, then I'm all up for it! The Comet Enhanced Agni Kai was a highly destructive Agni Kai fought between Prince Zuko and Princess Azula during the passing of Sozin's Comet. It inflicted significant fire damage to the surrounding areas. The majority of the battle was between Zuko and Azula, but Katara intervened after Zuko was shot by lightning trying to shield her, a blow which had rendered him unable to fight. The battle held great political significance, as the two challengers were fighting over the right to the position of Fire Lord, and was also strategically important, as Zuko and Katara were able to defeat Princess Azula and gain control of the Fire Nation in concurrence with Aang's victory over Phoenix King Ozai, the liberation of Ba Sing Se, and the destruction of the Fire Nation airship fleet. As notable were the attitudes displayed by the battle's combatants. Azula had been known to be calm, precise, and deadly, whereas Zuko had been known to have a short temper. The Agni Kai demonstrated how recent events had affected the two siblings, as Azula finally lost her sanity, and Zuko managed to gain the upper hand by staying focused and composed. The Agni Kai occurred on the night of the arrival of Sozin's Comet, which returned to the Earth every 100 years and greatly enhanced the firebending powers of every firebender across the globe. Zuko and Katara arrived at the capital city sometime after the comet appeared in the skies, and just as the Fire Sages were about to crown Azula Fire Lord, Zuko stated that he would become Fire Lord, not her. Amused, Azula challenged Zuko to an Agni Kai, the showdown that was always meant to be. Zuko accepted, much to Katara's shock. Zuko stated that he did not want Katara to fight when the battle started, since although he had acknowledged that he could not defeat Azula alone, Azula's mental state had deteriorated over the betrayal of her friend Mai and Tai Li. In his own words, "There's something off about her. I can't explain it, but she's slipping." He reasoned that this would weaken her powers, allowing Zuko to handle her without the risk of Katara getting hurt. Katara consented and stayed clear of the courtyard. Zuko and Azula took their respective positions on each side of the coronation square. Azula sarcastically apologized to his brother for how it had to end, but Zuko coldly told her off for the lie, and the duel began. With both of their firebending dramatically enhanced by the comet, Zuko and Azula fired enormous fire blasts, with Zuko, despite his expertise with only red and orange flames, equally rivaling Azula's repeated attacks with blue fire due to how much his firebending had greatly improved and able to unleash his own assaults on his sister. As Azula's sanity continued to crumble, she became easily exhausted, and her attacks became less effective, and she started to become overwhelmed by her brother's greatly increased powers in firebending, even to the point of visibly being scared. Azula attempted to encircle Zuko, increasing her mobility by propulsions with fire jets, while Zuko attempted in vain to hit her. However, he unleashed a fiery spin kick that managed to knock her down. Taunting her, he attempted to coerce his sister into resorting to lightning generation, in order to utilize that power against her. Despite Azula's awareness of Zuko's lightning redirection abilities, as demonstrated when he used it against their father, she succumbed to his goading and prepared such a strike. Zuko, meanwhile, preparing to execute his redirection technique, realizing that success could determine his victory. However, noticing Katara standing behind her brother, Azula changed her plans at the last minute and directed the lightning bolt at the unprepared and shocked Katara instead, who watched frozen in horror as the attack approached. Zuko noticed what Azula was doing and jumped into the lightning's path. Failing to avoiding directing the lightning around his heart, he absorbed the full force of the blast, and although he was successful enough in redirecting the lightning's energy to prevent mortal injury, the intense energy left him critically wounded and paralyzed, unable to fight. With Zuko out of action, Katara was forced to face the crazed and violent Azula alone, but her attempts to counterattack were rendered useless when Azula deprived her of any large source of water, leaving her vulnerable. Katara took cover, searching desperately for water, while the Fire Nation princess taunted the duo and used her firebending to chase the waterbender around the arena, intent on killing her. Finally, Katara found a storm drain filled with water, as well as a set of chains, and came up with a plan to defeat Azula. When the princess cornered her soon after they prepared for a final strike, Katara tricked her into standing above the drain and, just as Azula prepared to strike, pulled up the water, freezing them both in ice. Unable to move, Azula watched helplessly as Katara liquefied the ice around her and chained Azula's hands to the gate of the storm drain. Liquefying the ice completely, she tightened the chains to ensure Azula could not escape, effectively disarming her. Katara rushed to Zuko's side to heal his wound and was relieved to see that he was alright. He thanked her for saving his life, though Katara answered that she needed to thank him. When Azula saw Zuko standing up, she finally descended to insanity, screaming and breathing fire in every direction. She struggled to break herself free until she knocked herself onto her side and sobbed uncontrollably. Zuko and Katara watched with shock and pity as Azula lost control of her emotions. Azula's defeat coincided with Phoenix King Ozai's defeat at the hands of Avatar Aang and the liberation of Ba Sing Se. These victories effectively resulted in the defeat of the Fire Nation and the liberation of all conquered territories. The next day, Zuko ascended to the throne as Fire Lord and declared the 100-Year War over, vowing to restore peace to the world and aiding in worldwide reconstruction to bring an era of love and peace. Zuko's final victory ensured the stability of the world and an end to all hostilities. While Zuko imprisoned Phoenix King Ozai, he pitied Azula's current state and rather than worsening it by allowing her to rot in prison, instead transformed her to a mental health facility on a nearby island for constant supervision and possible treatment for her current condition. If we can take anything from this battle, it just shows the type of person that Zuko really is. After all the things that his family put him through, he still showed pity, and instead of killing his father, left him in prison, and instead of putting his sister in prison, put her in a mental health facility so that she can seek help and become better. We all know what happens after that. Aang and Zuko create a modern day type city. They keep the whole world at peace. All the nations are together. That's all in Korra. That's a totally different story. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I know this video was quite short compared to my other videos, but that is the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy, like I said at the beginning, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it to all your friends and family. Also comment down below what I should make a video next. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
지문이 못돼서 내게